Well, I made a little bit more progress on the grade work. Got all the post out of this area, all the junk out of here. It took a lot of hand work to kind of get everything out of there before I start pushing it around and getting sticks and just junk. There's like a bunch of bark underneath the deck. They want to get mixed in with the fill, and trying to keep that fairly clean because that's going to hold the patio right there. And started pushing the driveway in here with the tractor. Made a little bit of progress. Probably been working it a couple hours, at least in the driveway area, and it's working fairly well so far. How good you can see it here. You know, I'm just trying to scoop it up with that bucket, which isn't a huge bucket and doesn't have unlimited power, and you got to get the angle just right, both in terms of the tip of it and, you know, the level. And it's constantly changing as you go, as you know, coming over this hump. And so it's taking some practice. I'm getting a little bit better at it, but I would say most of the time I get a full bucket full, which is kind of the goal. You don't want to keep making trips, tramming back and forth over to my pile over there with half a bucket. So I try to push it and kind of push it all the way down into here, scoop it up, and then finish pushing it over the hill over there. I'm running into a couple rocks in here. I don't know how we'll be able to see them. This little hump here, I don't know what you call it. It's like sandstone maybe. I don't know. You can kind of see it there. I'm gonna back the tractor up here in a minute and try to use the backhoe on it. But what I found is that I can kind of chip away at it with the backhoe. Here's another one. Just kind of sit there and pick away at it. Bird right there. And once it chips it up, then it'll just scoop it out the way. But I was worried about that there'd be a bunch of rock under this area, and maybe why they didn't level it off better to begin with and have a little bit flatter of a yard back here. So anyway, I didn't know what I'd be getting into there, if I hit a bunch of boulders or rock or what, but I am hitting some. You can kind of see them there. I'll have to just keep working at it, I guess. Hopefully it don't get too large and more than that tractor can handle. I don't know what I'll do next, but my main goal is to kind of shave off this hump right here, because this is where the driveway will come down. There'll be a concrete apron in front of the garage. I'm thinking it'll be about 10 feet in front. So about where the front of the end loader is there, it'll be concrete 10 feet out, and the front of the garage will be right here. And of course, all that will be concrete from the garage. So I'd like to really shave off this hump. That's kind of the first priority. The more I can get this area here kind of flattened, the better. But I really don't have to do that. I mean, I could just put gravel almost on it like it is. This would be a kind of a rounded driveway, which isn't ideal, obviously. But if I don't get this hump shaved down a little bit, it's going to be pretty steep coming off that down into the garage, and I'd really rather not do that. So here's another view of this. You can kind of see that opening I was talking about with the concrete there. So I'm going to try to shove some concrete back in it and stabilize this one end, but it looks like it's got pretty good rebar in it, not just mesh. It looks like it's actual, I don't know what you call it, half-inch rebar sticking out of it. So hopefully it's pretty stout. I guess that's why it survived like a bridge as long as it has across there. But may never have a problem, or maybe one day it cracks and falls in, and I really got to do something about it. But one thing I did is all those posts I pulled out, you know, they leave a, I don't know, 18-inch 2-foot hole down in the ground. Concrete comes out with them, and I took all this pea gravel I had laying around here and shoveled it in there and kind of tamped it around, trying to compress it down in there, because, you know, like I said, this is going to be a concrete pad in here. Obviously you want as much support as you can get. If I just put some dirt back in there, you know, all those holes are not going to settle probably before I pour concrete. So wanted to just go ahead and use all that pea gravel I had and get all those filled up. And again, there's way more than it looks here. Haven't filled that up yet, but some over here. It's all kind of getting smushed around with the tractor now. But anyway, it was a good little use for the gravel. It needed to go anyway, so I got some use out of it. But anyway, that's about it for now. I'm gonna keep picking away at it and keep making trips. All right, about done for the day. So far I got, it's actually looking pretty decent, all things considered. You know, I wasn't quite sure how it would go with the tractor here as far as how fast I can move stuff, but it's actually not getting too bad. I probably got about, I don't know, 8 hours in it at this point. Yeah, just pushing. I got a little pile going there. Kind of what I do is push it as far as I can, kind of push it up against that pile so it kind of packs it into the bucket, back up, dump it. Sometimes I can just scrape it straight over the hill, but when I'm done, I'll just pick up that little pile. It's kind of handy right now to push back on. But got quite a pile going here. I didn't really intend for this, but it's actually going to extend my yard probably 10 feet back here, which will be behind the garage. But I don't know how well it'll stay here since it's just loose fill on top of leaves and everything else, but I really don't care. I just kind of need to put it somewhere, and yeah, it's obviously the place to put it. But it actually might extend my area back here. I mean, I can put some junk back here behind the garage or whatever, but anyway, that's about how it's looking so far. Probably got about, I need to put the laser level on and see where I'm at, but probably in this area it needs to come down another foot or two. Right in here is about probably where it needs to be, and then eventually I'll start dressing up this area up against my bushes. I'll have to get the backhoe in there or something and kind of drag it away. It's kind of hard to work real close to that retaining wall because the tractor just kind of gets pushed around wherever the bucket pushes it to. A lot of times the front wheels are in the air, and so I can't really just easily plow right up against that pea gravel. So I might take a little bit off with the end loader, but I'll probably work it with the backhoe, get it kind of over here where I've been working, then start scraping it. It'll be a little bit of a process there to get it away from that. But I'm hitting a pretty good rock up here. Backhoe's having trouble breaking it up very quickly. You just gotta sit there and scrape at it. It's just, you know, pulverizing it, but nothing really breaking off. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. Either I'll leave it this height in this area, or I might have to get a jackhammer or something, or just keep fighting with the backhoe for a little bit, chip it down a little bit. You know, really need to go down another foot or two there would be nice to kind of get a level with that pea gravel. But if I can't, you know, I've got a pretty good situation here where, yeah, this wouldn't be a bad ramp into the garage as it is, and I can still take some more off right here. I think I've maybe talked about this before, but one thing I'm going to do too is run a French drain all the way around through here, all the way around the hillside, back maybe 100 feet around the hill there and into the woods. Probably be close to, I'd say, 150 feet of Jersey or French drain, and try to keep all this area real dry, keep it away from the garage, and keep the driveway dry and away from the basement and all that stuff. So once I get the road done, I'll be in here kind of digging a little, I don't know, 1 foot ditch or so, put a piece of 4-inch pipe in there, and then backfill it with some gravel. Kind of similar. It looks like somebody had something here before, but I'm not finding a pipe in there. I think maybe they just had like a little ditch dug with some river rock in there to kind of act as a drain or as a ditch, but it's got so much dirt and stuff mixed in with it, it probably wasn't doing anything. But anyway, that's about it for the day. I need to do some weed eating and some other stuff, so hit it again next weekend.